Oh, hey, Coach Chris Kuper, Pioneer
Nice to meet
Press.
you.
Good to see you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Well, how have things been so far?
It's been good. We got some new players, new system, a lot of new words, a lot of new communication, and I think the players are taking to it really quickly. And as coaches, we're trudging through it as well. On this reduced timeline to get all this stuff in, but our players have done a tremendous job picking it up.
A guy like Darrisaw, you obviously watched the film from last year. I mean, how much better maybe is he potentially in year two, and how much room does this guy have to grow?
Yeah, I don't want to put a ceiling on him at all because I think the kid has some special ability. Definitely going to be better in year two just because of that's how it works. You play more, you're on the field more. Those reps are invaluable for a player, to get live reps in games, and you continue to grow and build and get better from those.
How do you look at your options and kind of competition at right guard?
Yeah, we got two vets who've played a lot of football. I've seen, heard a lot of this stuff. They're helpful in the room for me, and then a rookie that we're all kind of bringing up, and they'll all get a chance, get a shot at the opportunity, and I think however way it shakes out, we're gonna have a really good player there.
What do you need to see from the young guys for them to be considered for that job? What steps do they need to take?
Usually with the young guys, it's being able to trust them when they're on the field, trust that they're going to understand what they're asked to do, they're going to communicate it fastly, and be able to get that line of communication all the way down to everybody else on the outside.
How's
Donald mentioned before about how centers have a lot of responsibilities. How's Garrett taking to that so far?
Garrett's a natural at that. The communication part is easy for him. You tell him what we're looking for, what we're trying to get, and he does everything very demonstrative. He's loud. I think everybody hears and sees what he's doing when he's making the calls on the field, and that's how all the centers. We want all the centers to be that way. They're the pseudo quarterback in our room, and they run the show.
Is he? He's been the starter. Is he definitively your starting center, or could a guy like Chris Reed even push Bradbury? How do you look at that?
I think that we're all pushing. They're all pushing each other. Garrett's taking every rep with the ones. He's been doing a great job, and those things get sorted out when we get pads on. We're playing football in camp.
What have you learned about Brian O'Neill since being here? He's kind of the most accomplished guy on this line.
Yeah, very fun to coach. You have really the whole tackle group, but specifically Brian is his athleticism, experience now, and he's still got room to get better, as we all do, right? But Brian, played a lot of tight end in college, and he's seeing stuff and hearing stuff from us, me specifically, that he hadn't done in the past. Picking it up really well, and it's really nice when a guy looks that pretty when he's sitting out there, or everything looks easy to him. Those guys, him and CD, those guys that are athletic and big, strong guys, and they make things look easy. It's like, okay, where else can we go with this?
Mm-hmm. This will be the second year in a row for Ezra to be the left guard. If things shake out the way they've looked so far, just how's he explained how much more comfortable he is getting to build on what he's learned, or is a lot of stuff so new?
There's all the new stuff. I think it goes unsaid that experience that he had last year and lining up in the same spot next to the same two guys is going to be, just exponentially better for him this year. He's got the reps. He's heard all the words. He's communicated with those guys between the center and Christian, and I think he's got room to get better too.
Coach Smith was telling us a little bit about how kind of trying to isolate Darius or Daniil up the middle. I guess just from your playing background, have you seen your defenses really go after the interior?
It's changed quite a bit. Over the years you can kind of see it change, but when you take a broader scope as a coach, you're forced to look at everything. You're forced to look at the whole defense, and defenses are able to, with their personnel packages, isolate players, specifically the interior of the offense, and a lot of times it's the center, because the centers are that like fulcrum of the offensive line. They're in front of everybody. It's the hardest set for an offensive lineman is a guy right on your head. Is which way do I set him, right, left? So those are the things that they're trying to do, is to get you into those 5-man rushes, make 5-man calls, and then they're trying to get the one-on-ones with the center of the guards. We're doing our own thing to defeat that, with the guards helping out, and I think it's been good. We've taken some really good steps in the protection system so far.
How's your experience as a player help connect you with these guys?
I think first you have to gain trust. I think the player experience probably comes, benefits you when you do gain the trust from the room, from the players. Then you can kind of talk about, I've felt this, I've done this. When I got this, I put my hand here. Widen your feet out, fix your base. Just certain things that I know and I've experienced and I've watched guys in front of me do, and then coached along the way and seen a bunch of different body types, a bunch of different players doing that. So the player part of me gets to come out when we get all this stuff set. We can talk about like the real technique, the physicality of it, and as we go on, and there's things that we're not going to see from our defense. That once I gain that trust from them, I trust that they'll also listen to me when I'm saying, hey, this is going to happen to you. This is going to happen at some point this season. We're going to see it because that's how the NFL is.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Thank you very
Thanks a lot.
much.